You know, people come into my live streams and they say, Enders, you're a lot different on stream than you are in your YouTube videos. Yeah, that's true. It is true. In my YouTube videos, I sit down, I'm relaxed, the game isn't stressing me out, and I really try to come at it with like a level head, try to give my real opinion, my honest take on just really anything that I make a video on. And after Battlefield 2042 and BF5, and with the release of BF6, I've been trying to be more level-headed, maybe a little bit more positive, because dwelling on the negatives, right? I mean, there's just so many to pick and choose from with Battlefield. It's just probably not good for me. I made a video on the update that came out today, and I read the patch notes. I think we all pretty much saw the writing on the wall. Really wasn't much going on in this patch. Wasn't expecting anything crazy to surprise me. But when it's right there in front of you, like it was for me today, I don't really see how there's any other way to look at it other than like, damn, this just really isn't enough, isn't it? It's just not good enough. So in this video, we're going to be going over my issues with this new update, and really just some larger issues with Battlefield 6, and then we'll be going into Season 2, and how Season 2's patch notes have to be generational. So hit the sub button, hit the like button, swing by the streams, all links are in the description, and of course, I want to thank you guys up front. Thank you guys for watching all the videos, I really do appreciate it. So what did this update do? Well, the highlights of this update are basically they added some reticle customization, they nerfed Jet TTK a little bit, and when it comes to the major things featured in this update, that's really it. There were some minor like melee changes. Now when you hit the melee key, it doesn't interrupt your sprint animation. That's nice, but it's not really that felt in game. I understand the circumstances surrounding Battlefield 6 right now are really complicated. First of all, the developers were on vacation for holiday break. Then there was a super tragic situation with Vince Zampella. And this update in particular wasn't supposed to be some sort of massive game-changing updates. However, when you look at the reticle customization in game, well, I hate to report, it is pretty much fucking useless because some key elements of reticle customization were simply left out. Sure, you can make your red dot green or pink or whatever color that you want now. That's all well and good, but it doesn't really matter unless you can change the size of your reticle and the intensity of your reticle, much like you could do in games that are over a decade old, like Battlefield 4. And this is why I say it's just not fucking good enough, is it? Because why do they always have to take these half measures? Maybe they're trying to add reticle customization in like a step-by-step process, right? First they add changing color, then maybe they're gonna add the size, but God, I would like to see a full measure taken. Just add the full reticle customization in one update. I would wait for that. I would be more than willing to wait for that in a single update. And then when it comes to the Jet 40% cannon nerf or whatever it was, basically a Jet TTK pass, the fact of the matter is that's just not going to affect 99.9% of players that play Battlefield 6. So realistically, that isn't a felt change. But, I want to mention some things that developers mentioned on Twitter that will actually affect every single player, and they aren't included in this update, and we don't really know when we're going to get it. Maybe we'll get it in Season 2, but Florian, or Drunksy, replied to somebody on Twitter, and he revealed to us that there is currently a recoil bug in the game on top of the weird mechanic that fucks with your aim and provides resistance on one side of the recoil pattern and accelerates your aim on the other side of the recoil pattern. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link a video in the description demonstrating that exact mechanic, but the TLDR is, Battlefield 6's gunplay is now confirmed by developers to basically be fucked. There is a recoil bug in the game on top of that messed up mechanic that nobody likes and everyone thought was a bug anyway. But then Drunksy goes on to say that they have a fix ready to fix the recoil bug, but when asked when we will receive this fix for the recoil bug that affects every single player in Battlefield 6, well, it's not coming in today's update. So I just don't understand, like, if you have a fix ready for something this important, don't you think you should put it in like a hot fix? Fuck putting it in like a Season 2 update. Don't delay it for a month. This is important. This should be hot fixed tomorrow if possible. If there is a bug with the recoil, it is affecting every single gunfight in Battlefield 6. And maybe after this video goes out, they will push this hotfix to the recoil, and maybe I'll look like an idiot, but you know what, I'll take it, because if they push a hotfix, they'll be doing something they don't normally do. And I realize this video is basically just like a venting, complaining video, but guess what? There needs to be some complaining happening, because why does this always happen with Battlefield, right? It just seems like they never have a solid plan of action after the launch of the game. I mean, the game launches, massive hype, Season 1 basically doesn't capitalize on that hype, then nothing happens for weeks on end, and now instead of Battlefield 6 is the best FPS releasing in recent memory, it is BF6 is dead, BF6 is dead. That's all you ever see about the game now. Now, that's obviously bullshit. Battlefield 6 isn't dead. I vividly remember 2042 going below 2,000 players on Steam, so the people that are making fun of a 91,000 player 24-hour peak on Steam alone, which doesn't include console players, just aren't really looking at the full picture, are they? But with that being said, Battlefield 6 might have had the most profound 180 in community sentiment that I've seen in a very long time. The community sentiment that I'm seeing right now is just a lot of people are frustrated, a lot of people are quitting the game, a lot of people feel as though the game is just floating in the water, just drifting away. And this is where Season 2 comes in. We know Season 2 is going to be February 17th. As of right now, I am fully expecting Season 2's patch notes to be generationally game-changing. I want to see the most unbelievable list of priorities and changes and fixes, improvements that I've ever seen in my fucking life, okay? Because that's what it's really going to take to get a lot of the player interest back in the game. These patch notes better look like the Star Wars opening scene with the yellow text that scrolls, except this time it better scroll for like an hour. I know I said in a previous video that I fully expect there to be 3 maps in Season 2, but you know what? Maybe that's a little bit of a wishful thinking. I think we're going to get exactly what we got in Season 1. So we're going to get 2 maps, a couple weapons, and maybe some good changes here and there. And that isn't to say Battlefield 6 is like a complete failure of a game. I don't want you guys to get that sort of vibe from this video. I'm just saying I think a lot of people, including myself, would just finally like to see Battlefield take control on all fronts rather than constantly have this weird, like, super bumpy ride up and down release sequence where there's a lot of hype and then it dies and everyone's pissed off and nothing's happening. It's like, oh my... Why can't we just have a smooth release? You know, good, smooth patch sequences and smooth release schedules and predictability. Continue that communication that was so good at launch. Let people know what you're focusing on actually changing in Season 2, because maybe you can get some mid-season feedback to change your priorities heading into Season 2 so you can better prepare the season's patch notes, huh? Maybe that, and maybe they are doing that. Maybe they are actively looking at what people are saying. But none of us would really know about that, because where the fuck is Battlefield Labs, right? They're like, where did that go? No idea. So to cap this video off, it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. I don't like these half measures. I don't like these mediocre nothing burger patches that could be a hot fix anyway. And Season 2 needs to be great in multiple ways. And, well, I'm not sure it's going to be good enough to meet people's expectations. We'll see, though. Let me know if you share any of these sentiments in the comment section. I know this is about, you know, basically just a video about me complaining and venting about the game, but god damn it, okay? I know you guys feel the same way. Someone has to feel the same way. So if you do feel the same way, hit the sub button, hit the like button, and swing by the streams. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. All links are in the description. And for those of you that didn't know, I have a second channel I just put up a video on. It's in the description. It's about fragrances. It's about perfumes. That's basically about my hobby. So if you're into that sort of stuff, that might be a good channel for you to check out. I just put up a video about my favorite perfumes of 2025. So thank you guys so much for watching. Check everything out in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.